So what is a belief and how do beliefs shape your reality, your success, your money, your happiness? You see, back in 2004, I was only earning about 50,000 baht a month. My goal at that time is I wanted to make 300,000 baht a month. I actually wrote it down in my journal. I remember till this day, that was my goal. That's what I wanted to achieve. And I had just learned a success system to set and achieve my goals, and part of that system was to change our beliefs. And the way we did that is we asked the question like, why can't I achieve my goal? And I remember writing down in my journal, three main reasons why I cannot. Number one is I'm not good in the marketing. I don't have enough marketing skills. Number two, I'm not a great communicator. Back then, that's how I felt. And thirdly, I'm not very good in sales. You see, those were my three excuses why I cannot achieve my goal. The story I kept telling myself why I cannot succeed. I wrote that back in October of 2004. This is 16 years ago, okay, just to give you a clue, right? But I remember how I felt this fear that I wasn't good enough, that I couldn't achieve my goal. I lacked the confidence that really creates the winner's edge. You see, even now as I look back at those beliefs, of course, if I continue to believe those limiting belief, I'm never going to achieve my goal. You see, all breakthroughs come from changing our belief. And that's what I had learned. I had learned a success system that requires that we change our limiting belief into empowering belief. Does that make sense? Because if we change our beliefs, we will change our entire life. That's how important it is to change our belief system. And as a result of changing those beliefs, which is what I did, I was able to go from making 50,000 to 273,787 baht. That's the exact amount I earned. I even wrote down all the tracking of all my income. I even wrote down the percentage of my goals that I achieve in my journal. Actually, I tracked the whole thing from my journal. Would you like to get a copy of this journal, right? Because it tracked everything I did to make 300,000 baht. And since then, using a similar system or pretty much the same thing, I've been able to make 1.5 billion. That's a billion baht. That's $50 million USD in sales by using the same system. So are you interested? So that's why it's important that you understand what is a belief. You and I have both positive and negative thoughts. Now, a limiting belief is when we have a negative thought in our head, but then we believe that negative thought, it becomes a limiting belief because nobody can achieve their goals by carrying in their head limiting belief. Does that make sense? So to be successful, clearly you need to have positive thoughts instead of negative thoughts, right? So the consequences of limiting beliefs is number one, when we have a limiting belief, it will lead to a suffering state. That is the first consequence. And from there, from fear or from whatever suffering state we're feeling, we start to tell ourselves a story, because the brain starts to think, what's wrong? A negative thought because of the state we're in. And then we start telling ourselves a story why we cannot achieve our goals. The only reason people don't achieve their goals is because of the story that they keep telling themselves why they cannot achieve their goals. And the important thing to realize is whether your story is true or not true, it will still manifest itself into reality. That's how, we manifest things from thought to reality by the story we tell ourselves. Some common stories why people don't achieve their goals, right? I don't have the time, I'll do it tomorrow. I'm not good enough. I don't know what to do. I lack marketing skills. The coronavirus is stopping me, right? Whatever your story is, that's what's stopping you from achieving your goals because you see, there's two kinds of people. There's the person who makes excuses, tell themselves a limiting story, and there's people who tell themselves the hero's journey. There's two stories. It's a victory story. It's the story as to why I can do it. Does that make sense? So what drives those stories and what I want you to understand is exactly what I've been saying. What drives those stories is the limiting belief. And some of them might be conscious, but in fact, a lot of them are just unconscious. Like we don't even know what these limiting beliefs are. But the symptoms you will know because you will feel a suffering state. So in this video, I just want to make it clear to you what is a belief and what is a limiting belief, because your awareness of that and the consequence from limiting belief that we tell ourselves a negative story Obviously, we need to stop doing that. So from this moment on, hopefully you become more aware of the story you tell yourself, because whatever story you tell yourself is the script of your future. So make sure from this moment on that you tell yourself a positive story in your life. The best is yet to come. All right, this is Michael Bolduc saying share this video, because when you're sharing this video, you're helping people transform their life. It's not just sharing a video, but you're really helping people tell themselves a new story.